Come to stand at the top of your mat. Close your eyes and just observe your breath. All right, open your eyes and reach high as you inhale. Exhale, fold forward. Look up, take a breath, and fold back forward. Exhale. Inhale, reaching up. Arms by your sides. Exhale. Again, reach high. Inhale. Exhale, fold. And lift your chest. Fold back forward. Reach for the sky. Arms by your sides. And reach high. Inhale. Exhale. Fold. Lengthen your spine. And fold back forward. Reach all the way up. And bring your arms by your sides. Once more like this. Inhale. Exhale. Fold forward. Flat back. And fold forward. Reach high. Inhale. Samastitihi. Reach high. Inhale. Fold forward. Exhale. Look up. Inhale. And step your right foot back. Exhale. Bring your right knee to the floor and just find a little more extension through that right hip. Good. And then as you exhale, begin to straighten both legs. You can keep your front knee a little bent if you'd like. Breathe here. And then soften in your left knee. Step back, downward dog. Take a breath. And then exhale, step your right foot forward, left knee to the floor. Same thing. Finding a little more extension this time in the left hip. And then when you're ready, straighten both legs. Just warming up in the hamstrings and the hips. Good. Step your left foot forward and fold. Lengthen your spine. Fold back forward. Reach high. Arms by your side. Samastitihi. Other side. Inhale. Exhale. Fold forward. Look up. Inhale. Step your left foot back. Exhale. Left knee to the floor. Good. On an exhale, straighten both legs. Should be more comfortable now. Soften in your right knee. Step back. Downward dog. Take an inhale. Exhale. Step your left foot forward. Right knee to the floor. Take a little pause. And then on an exhalation, straighten your legs. Good. And soften in your left knee. Step your right foot forward and fold. And lengthen your spine. And fold forward. Reach high. And samastitihi. Good. Okay, preparing for sun salutation A. Reach high. Inhale. Exhale. Fold forward. Look up. Inhale. Exhale. Step or jump back. Chaturanga. Upward dog. And downward facing dog. Okay, just stay here and breathe. Let your head drop. Soften in your jaw. And ground through the base of your thumbs. Inhale. Exhale, step or jump forward, and then lengthen your spine. And fold. Reach high. Inhale. Samastitihi. Exhale. Good. Again. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, fold forward. Lengthen your spine, flat back. And chaturanga. Exhale. Upward dog. Downward facing dog. So tuck in your lower ribs. Use your legs to press your hips up and back. Okay, inhale. Exhale, step or jump forward. And lift your heart. And fold again. Reach high. All the way up. And samastitihi. And reach high. Inhale. Fold forward. Exhale. Look up. Inhale. Chaturanga. Exhale. Upward dog. And downward facing dog. And check in with your breath. Okay, inhale. Exhale, come forward. And flat back. Fold forward. Reach for the sky. And samastitihi. Reach high. Inhale. Fold forward. Exhale. Look up. Lift your heart. Exhale. Chaturanga. Upward dog. And downward facing dog. Good. All right, take an inhale. Exhale, step or jump to the front of your mat, lengthen your spine, and fold forward. Reach high, inhale. Samastitihi. Okay, moving on, reach high, inhale. Fold forward, exhale. Look up, inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Upward dog, inhale. Downward dog, exhale. Bring your right leg forward. Warrior one, reach high. And chaturanga, exhale. Upward dog. And downward dog. Second side, step your left foot forward. Inhale. Reaching up, warrior one, and then let it go, chaturanga. Keep breathing. Upward dog, and downward dog. Okay, again, right leg forward, warrior one, Chaturanga, exhale, maybe a one-leg chaturanga this time. Upward dog. Downward dog. And left leg forward. Warrior one. And chaturanga, maybe one-legged. Upward dog. Downward dog. Okay. Once more, each side. Right leg forward. And warrior one. And chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward dog. Okay. Other side when you're ready. Left leg forward. Inhale. Exhale, let it go. Chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward dog. Stay here for a few breaths. Loosen your jaw. Maybe let out a sigh. Okay, inhale. Exhale, step or jump forward. Flat back. And fold. Reaching up, inhale. Samastitihi. Good. Bring your hands to your hips. Separate your feet about hips width distance. Inhale, look up. Exhale, fold forward. Hold your big toes with your first two fingers and your thumbs. Another inhale to lengthen your torso. And then exhale, fold all the way forward. Let your head drop. Keep your shoulders away from your ears. And keep your weight balanced in your feet so you are not leaning into your heels. Nice. Lengthen your spine, lift your chest, and then slide your hands underneath your feet. Bring your toes all the way into your wrists. Give yourself another inhale, lengthen your spine, and then exhale, fold a little further forward. And remember that Uddiyana Bandha, drawing your low belly towards your spine. Good. Looking up, inhale. Exhale, hands to your hips, standing up. Samastitihi, feet together. All right, and then turn to your left. Separate your feet about 3 feet apart. Turn your left foot in and your right foot outward, setting up for triangle pose. Spread your arms out to the sides. Pull your right hip back. Reach forward with your right arm and then tilt your hips to your right. Good. And you should land right where you're supposed to in this pose. Good. Okay, standing up and turn your right foot inward so your feet are parallel, maybe even a little pigeon-toed. Bring your hands to your hips, take a breath, and then as you exhale, fold forward, release your hands to the floor. If you want, you can take another inhale, lengthen your spine, and then exhale, fold all the way forward. If you like turning upside down, you can come into a tripod headstand here. If you have never done a freestanding headstand, wait until you have a trained yoga teacher to spot you in person, okay? You want to stay safe. If you are upside down, shoulders away from your ears, elbows hugging in towards each other, legs engaged. Okay, and then straddle the legs and slowly Mindfully bring your feet back to the floor, and then everybody look up. And then heading into side angle pose. So you might need to lengthen your stance. Turn your right foot outward, bend your right knee, right hand to the inside of your right foot, raise your left arm. Make sure you have that external rotation in your right hip. And the back leg is engaged, giving some support to the pose. Then you can bring your right hand to the outer edge, the baby toe edge of the right foot, extended side angle, sweeping your left arm overhead. And from there into half moon pose. Good. So remember, this is like triangle pose on one leg. The hips are rotating away from each other. Keep some energy in your left foot. All right, bring your left hand to the floor, step the left foot back, come into a low lunge, left knee to the floor. And then twist to your right, bracing your left elbow over your right knee. So hands to prayer in front of your chest. You can stay here, or any other variation you currently practice in this pose. You can tuck your back toes, lift your back knee. You can open up your prayer, maybe explore a bind. Pay attention to your breath. It will tell you if you are doing too much or too little. Okay? And encourage that twist to come from your rib cage. Nice. Breathe. Parshvottanasana. Hands to the floor, shorten your stance to about 2 feet long. Square your hips and inhale. Exhale. Fold forward. Good. And then rotated triangle, so you may want to lengthen and or widen your stance a little. Find a little bit of a flat back and then twist to your right. If you can reach, bring your left hand by the baby toe edge of your right foot. Raise your right arm. If necessary, you can keep your left hand on top of the foot. Good. And let it go. Downward dog. Or no, I changed my mind. Step forward to the front of your mat. Flat back. And fold. Reach high. And Samastitihi. All right, now you're going to turn to your right. Again, take the feet about 3 feet apart. Turn the right foot in a little bit. Turn your left foot out. Triangle pose, spreading the arms. Inhale. Exhale into the pose. So keep pulling the left hip back. Lengthen down your left side. Good. Try to keep your shoulders aligned with your hips. And standing up, and turn your left foot in so the feet are parallel again. Hands back to your hips and inhale. Exhale, fold forward, release your hands to the floor. Another breath, and then fold all the way forward. Maybe come back into that tripod headstand. And let's have some fun. So if you do this, be very mindful. Keep your shoulders away from your ears, elbows hugging in. Begin to curl your knees into your chest. And then at the very last second, separate the knees. Bring your knees into your triceps. And then press your legs back up into headstand. And then pike at the hips. Keep your breath flowing. Toes a little pointed. And then see if you can tap the floor with your toes. And then inhale, lifting the legs back up. Keep your core engaged for support. And then open your legs into a straddle. Same thing, pike at the hips. See if you can tap the floor with your toes. Slowly coming back up. And then bringing the legs together. And then one more time, hugging the knees into your chest. Keep the knees together until the last second. Then tap your triceps with your knees. Take the legs back up. And then keeping the legs together, pike at the hips. Good. Be mindful. Stay committed. Tap the floor with your toes. Inhale, raise the legs. And then open your legs into a straddle. Same thing. See if you can tap. Or actually, you're going to bring your feet all the way to the floor. Okay, gotta love this voiceover stuff. Side angle pose. You'll open your left foot out to the left and bend your left knee. Bring your left hand to the inside of your left foot and raise your right arm upward. So this is just to create some more space in that left hip. Keep the left hip drawn back. And then if you want, you can bring your left hand by the outer edge of the foot for extended side angle. Into your half moon pose. Check in with your breath. Good. Okay, bring your right hand to the floor, step your right foot back, bring your right knee to the floor, and then twist to your left, bracing your right elbow over your left knee. Hands to prayer in front of your chest. And then moving into the same variation you took on the first side if it's available. Huh? Okay, hands to the floor, Parsvottanasana. Shorten your stance to about 2 feet long. Square your hips and inhale, look up. Exhale, fold over your left leg. Let your head drop, relax your neck. Alright, and then twisted triangle when you're ready. So adjust your stance as you'd like, and then take an inhale. Find a little extension to your spine, and exhale, twist to your left. Good. Okay, now step back to downward dog. And option to Vinyasa if you'd like. And take a rest, child's pose. Good. Come back to downward dog. And then pigeon pose, bringing your right leg to the floor. Square the hips, find a little lift to your chest first, and then go ahead and fold forward. You can come onto your elbows or walk your hands all the way forward. Walk your hands back, step back to downward dog, and then the other side. Bring your left leg forward to the floor, square your hips. Same thing, walk the hands back a little bit, lift your chest, and then fold forward from there. Good. And then see if with each exhalation you can just soften a little bit more. Good. Walk your hands back, lifting your heart. Ardha Matsyendrasana, seated spinal twist. Bring your right leg around, step your right foot to the outside of your left thigh. So your right knee should be pointing upward. Take an inhale, and then exhale, twist to your right. Keep grounding your right sitting bone, as well as the right big toe. Also keep grounding your left knee. Alright, coming out of the twist, double pigeon. So you'll need to bring your left foot a little bit forward so your left ankle lines up with the knee. And then see if you can stack your right shin on top of the left. If you prefer, you can keep your right foot to the floor in front of your left knee. Okay? So I like to take my right thumb on this side and place it into my right hip crease just to ensure that there's that external rotation in the hip, and then begin to fold forward. And that really helps you get the benefit of the pose right where you're supposed to. It also alleviates pressure out of the knee. Good. Okay, sitting up. And straighten out the legs. You can shake out your knees and then set up for the other side. Folding your right leg on the floor, stepping your left foot to the outside of your right thigh. Sit up nice and tall. And then twist to your left. And then keep grounding your left sitting bone and the left big toe. So this is still a pretty good hip stretch. Okay, coming out of the twist, double pigeon, bring your right foot a little forward, stack the left shin on top of the right, or bring your left foot to the floor in front of your right knee. Listen to your body. And then if you'd like, you can take your left thumb into your left hip crease like I like to do, and that just helps you roll the top of the left thigh more towards the floor. And then begin to fold forward. Yeah, sometimes the hips need a little more patience, so go slow. Good. Sitting up. And then coming into a modified Navasana, knees bent, feet lifted, so your shins are parallel to the floor, reaching forward. Knees together, inner ankles together. If you can keep your chest lifted, you can straighten the legs. And then cross your ankles, point your toes, roll over your feet, hands to the floor in front of you, chaturanga. Flow through your vinyasa. All right. Step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Bring your left knee to the floor. You can stay here with your hands to your mat. If your hip allows, your right hip, you can lower your elbows to a block or all the way to the floor. Try to keep your elbows even. And just let yourself soften into that right hip. Good. Coming back to your hands, step back, downward dog. And then other side, step your left foot to the outside of your left hand. Lower your back knee to the floor. And if your left hip is okay with it, you can lower your elbows. So keep the knee hugging in towards your chest as you let yourself sink into that hip. Good. And that's what creates more space and more range of motion in that joint. Okay, come back to your hands, step back, downward dog. And then Malasana, step or jump your feet around your hands. Coming into a squat, so keep your feet as parallel as you can. It is okay if the toes turn out a little bit. Also try to keep your heels to the floor. And then once you've dropped your hips, arms to the insides of your knees, hands to prayer in front of your chest. Keep your abdominals engaged. Good. Just draw your low belly in towards your spine. And that will set you up for Bakasana. Hands to the floor about shoulder width distance apart. Bring your knees into your armpits. Roll your weight forward into your hands. Lift your hips. Engage your abdominals to pick up your feet. And then take it back to chaturanga. Good. Vinyasa. Okay, step or jump through to seated. Baddha Konasana. Bring your feet together so the knees are apart, and then you can open up the feet like a book to help ground your knees. And then from there, lengthen your spine upward. And on an exhale, from the hips, fold forward. Try to keep some length to the front of your spine. And sitting up. And Janu Shirshasana. Straighten your left leg so your right foot is against your left inner thigh. And then take hold of your left foot. Then inhale, lift your chest a little bit. Exhale, fold forward over the left leg. So you don't have to come to your maximum right away. You can ease your way there with each exhalation. Good. Look up, inhale, exhale. Let go of the foot, switch sides. Oh, I changed my mind again. Parigasana. Fold your right leg back the other way. So your right ankle is against the hip. Your right knee is open out to the side. Bring your left arm to the inside of your left leg. Rotate your torso towards the ceiling and extend your right arm overhead. So keep it a side bend. You want to lengthen down the right side of your torso. Just be careful that you don't go into a forward bend. All right, sitting up. Straighten your right leg alongside the left. Now Janu Shirshasana, second side. Bring your left foot against your right inner thigh. Hold your right foot and inhale. Exhale, fold. Shoulder blades down your back. Good. Look up, inhale. Exhale. Release. Parigasana. Fold your left leg back the other way. Be gentle with your knee. Right arm to the inside of your right leg. And then you want to rotate your rib cage towards the ceiling. So peel your left ribs back. And then take your left arm overhead. So if you can hold the foot in your left hand and stay in that side bend, releasing down the side of your torso, go ahead. But if it takes you into a forward bend, just keep the left hand free for today. Keep a little lift to your heart center. Good. Sitting up. Bring your left leg alongside the right. And then Upavishta Konasana. Open your legs into a straddle so the feet are about 3 feet apart. Keep some energy in your quadriceps so you're grounding your thigh bones as you begin to fold. And let there be a little internal rotation at the top of the thighs as you fold forward. But keep your toes pointing upward towards the ceiling. And begin to sit up. And modified Navasana again. Knees bent and together. Lift your feet, inner ankles together. Reach forward. Maybe straighten the legs. And then cross your ankles, point your toes. Bend your knees, roll over your feet, hands to the floor in front of you. Take your legs back, Chaturanga, and flow through your Vinyasa. And then setting up for Ekapada Kundanyasana 2. Bring your right hand a little over to the left. So you can step your right foot to the outside of your right hand. Bring your back knee to the floor for now. And then take your right arm underneath your right thigh and bring your right thigh as snugly against you as you can. Hands flat to the floor. Hop your back foot in. Send your heart forward. Bend your elbows like you're coming into Chaturanga. You can use your left elbow to support you. Good. And then take it back. Vinyasa. Other side. Left foot to the outside of your left hand. Back knee to the floor. Take your left arm underneath your left thigh. Okay, hands in place. And then you hop your back foot in. Send your heart forward, bend your elbows, lift your hips. Use your abdominals to lift your legs. Lengthen your legs away from each other and then take it back, chaturanga. So your head, your chin, your face, none of that is on the floor. The head is off of the floor. Okay, and then come to seated. So, compass pose. Grab your strap or scarf or belt or towel. And we'll do with the right leg first. So, bring your right leg as high up onto your right arm as possible. The closer you can get the leg to the shoulder, the better this will be for you. All right? So notice how my right hip is lifting. You can do that. And then you can take the strap, loop it around your foot. And you're holding the strap with your left hand. Okay? And then your right hand will come to the floor. And first you're just finding this length in the hamstrings. Just finding the straightness of your right leg. Okay, and then finding a little length down the outer left armpit. So don't worry about twisting just yet. And then come out of it. If you want, you can cradle your right leg in your arms, keeping the ankle at the same level as the knee, and rock a little from side to side. Just a little counter action to what you're doing for compass. Okay, and then you're going to use the strap again bringing your right leg as high up as you can onto your right arm. Up by the shoulder is great. Again, take the strap around the foot, hold the strap with your left hand, right hand to the floor, and then begin to straighten your right leg. It should be easier this time, and then this time find that rotation in your torso towards the left. Good. Look underneath your left arm. Breathe. And then release. Okay? So we're just giving the body some information, giving it a chance to prepare for the actual pose. Okay, so you can keep using the strap if you'd like, or if you want to try without it, same thing, placing the leg over the shoulder. Now reaching over the top of your foot with your left hand. Find that extension in the right leg, that twist, big side stretch. And then let it go. Ekapada Kundanyasana. So notice how it's the right leg pressing into the arm that allows this arm balance transition to happen. And then come back to seated for the other side. Grab your strap. Okay, so the first time we do this, no twisting. This is all about the leg. Okay, so bringing your left leg as high up as you can onto the left arm. You can lift your left sitting bone off the floor. And then looping the strap around your left foot, holding the strap with your right hand. Bring your left hand to the floor, and then just find that straightness of the left leg. All right? Keep breathing. So you can be firm with yourself, but do not force anything. And then let it go. Okay, if you want, you can cradle your left leg in your arms. Give a little rocking from side to side. And just a little counter action. Okay, setting up again. You want to bring your left leg over your left arm. So it should be easier to bring it as high up onto the arm as possible. And then loop the strap around the foot. Begin to straighten the left leg. And then see if you can rotate your torso towards the right. Good. So it's a big shoulder stretch, and you're pressing your left shoulder back into the leg, encouraging that rotation in the hip. Good. Let it go. Okay, one more time. Maybe without the strap, but feel free to keep using the strap. Stay safe. It's better to use a prop and be in alignment than to try it without the prop and just have everything be wonky. Nice. Okay, let it go. And then you keep pressing your left leg into the arm. That gives you the leverage to lift your hips, thread your right leg through and back, and then take it back to chaturanga for your vinyasa. Okay, take a break. Child's pose. And lay down on your stomach for Shalabhasana, locust pose. Arms by your sides, palms facing the ceiling. And inhale, lift your chest, lift your legs. Find a little tuck to your tailbone. It seems counterintuitive. And come on down. Upward dog. Downward dog. Dhanurasana, bow pose. Take hold of your ankles and lift up as you inhale. So you can keep the feet apart to find that lift, and then bring the big toes together. Nice. Good. Let it go. Upward dog. Downward dog. Ustrasana, camel pose. Come onto your knees. Bring your hands to your hips. Remember, your legs remain parallel, so you do not want the feet touching here. As you inhale, lift your heart. And exhale, begin to drop back. So fully extend throughout your spine first, and then maybe reach back for your ankles or feet. Good, and you want to keep lengthening down the front of your hips. Do your best to keep your hips aligned over your knees. And a little internal rotation to your thighs. Yeah, just to keep some space in your low back area. Breathe. Okay, inhale, lifting up. Exhale, sitting back. Close your eyes. Okay, Ustrasana number 2. Come back onto your knees. Hands in place. As you're ready, on an inhale, look up. And exhale, drop back. So keep your low belly drawn in and begin to lift through the lower abdominals. That also protects your lower back. If your feet are flat, press your feet into the floor and find that lift from behind your heart center. Nice. Good. Inhale, coming up. Exhale, sitting back, eyes closed. And once more. You can stick with camel pose. If you know Laghu Vajrasana, you can take that, which is what I'm going to do. That is where you would take hold of the ankles, or you can walk your hands into your calves, and then you bring the top of your head to the floor for a few breaths, and then come back up on an inhale. If you've never done that before, wait until you have the direct supervision of an actual yoga teacher before you try something like that. All right, come on up and sit back. Wide knee child's pose. Feet together, knees apart. And go ahead, fold forward. And downward dog. Walk your hands back to your feet and just hang forward over your legs. You can hold your elbows and then maybe bend one knee and keep the other leg straight. And then switch. And switch again. And switch again. So this is just a gentle way of releasing in your lower back and your hips. Switch again. Good. And back to center. Malasana. Come into that squat. This is one of the best things to do after back bending. Good. And then back to Uttanasana, straightening the legs, folding forward. And then downward dog. And from there, step or jump through to seated and lengthen your legs in front of you. Reach high. And fold forward. Good. Rolling up and laying back on your mat. Okay, bring your knees into your chest. And you can draw little circles with your knees. Keep the knees together. It should feel like a massage around the sacrum. And change direction, go slow. Good. Bring your knees into your chest again. Arms out to the sides. Scoot your hips over to the right. You can cross your right leg over the left and then drop your knees to your left. Good. Bring everything back to center. Scoot your hips way over to the left and cross your left leg over the right. Drop your knees to the right. And come back to center for Shavasana. So align the hips with your shoulders. Maybe lift your head, take a little peek, make sure everything is nice and even before you take rest. So close your eyes, slide your shoulder blades down your back. And stay there for the next few minutes. Okay, begin to deepen your breath. Wiggle your fingers and toes. Maybe also stretch your arms and legs. And then take your time, coming back to a comfortable seat. And closing your eyes. And bring your hands to prayer in front of your heart. Bow forward to seal your practice. All right. Thank you, everyone.